to City Happenings. I'm Mayor David Black. Our police department's new leadership team is in place. You'll see the swearing-in ceremony for the new chief and the deputy chief. The city's Public Works Director updates us on the new Public Works facility being built west of downtown. And last week, we heard from the business coach who conducts the Sarpy Chamber Business Education class. This week, we hear from the Chamber's event coordinator about why the Chamber offers the class. These stories are next in City Happenings.
Thanks, Mayor Black. The city swears in its new police chief and first ever deputy police chief.
I want to point out to people how historic this event is for Papillion for two main reasons. The leadership team, and I emphasize the leadership team that's going to be sworn in tonight, is that taken an agency. We're right at the point of really a change of who we are, but we don't want to lose who we are. MAPA, the area transportation folks, recently did a study, and they figure by 2050 we're going to have 94% growth rate in Sarpy County. Think of the impact on Papillion. Very realistically, we could be the third, fourth, or fifth largest city in the state of Nebraska, and that's by 2050. We're going to be hiring people now who will be on staff at 2050. So this leadership team is the one that's going to be putting the organization in place for that growth. So very, very, very historic of what these people, the role these people are going to have in Papillion. The other thing is with this swearing in, this will be the first time in the history of the department that we've had a deputy chief. So again, very historic on that position as well.
There are three things that have been consistent about Chris as long as I've known him. Number one is his integrity. Unquestioned. You wouldn't be here today if it weren't for that. Number two, energy. Energy, and I'll illustrate that with a few short points here in a minute, but obviously third is intelligence. That energy comes with such a competitive spirit, and I can remember like it was yesterday. I think every time we promoted your son, Don and Pat Whitted, I think you and I might have had a side conversation in which I said, he ain't done yet. This guy ain't done yet. Well, I'm here to tell you he ain't done yet. So I don't think there's anybody more appropriate to be the first deputy chief for the City of Papillion Police Department than my good friend, Christian Whitted.
I, Christian Whitted,
I, Christian Whitted,
do solemnly swear
that
I will support the Constitution of the United States
I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Nebraska
and the Constitution of the State of Nebraska
against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I take this obligation freely and without mental reservation or for the purpose of evasion, and that I will faithfully and impartially perform the duties of the office of Deputy Chief of Police according to law and to the best of my ability. And I do further swear that I am not now nor during my service to the city will I become a member of any political party or organization that advocates the overthrow of the government of the United States or of this state by force or violence. So help me God. Congratulations.
The civil service and the mayor and council and others who were involved in the selection, you did a very fine job in selecting an individual who is going to be able to be here, feel comfortable, and be able to provide you leadership probably in a very quick way. He's very community oriented, and you will find a person that focuses on teams and task forces, but will take the helm of the leadership position when required and when needed.
I, Scott Lyons, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Nebraska
the Constitution of the State of Nebraska
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that
I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I take this obligation freely and without mental reservation or for the purpose of evasion, and that I will faithfully faithfully and impartially
and I will faithfully and impartially
perform the duties of the office of police chief
and perform the duties of the office of Chief of Police
according to law
according to law
and to the best of my ability.
and the best of my ability.
And I do further swear
I do further swear
that I am not now,
and I am not now,
nor during my service to the city,
nor during my service to the city,
will I become a member of
will I become a member of
any political party or organization
any political party or political organization
that advocates the overthrow
that advocates the overthrow
of the government of the United States
of the government of the United States
or of this state
or this state
by force or violence.
by force or violence.
So help me God.
So help me God.
The city's Public Works Department has long needed a new repair facility. It's finally a reality.
Scheduled to be done in June, but with this past winter's weather, they're about 4 to 5 weeks behind schedule and hoping to be able to pick that stuff up. We're targeted to move in somewhere in there, latter part of June, sometime in July, which will be very pleasant and welcomed. We got a good general contractor. Leader Construction is the general contractor for that project, and they've got a gentleman on site that runs the day-to-day activity and schedules that out. We have a meeting every other week regarding the progress in that, and they've got schedules laid out for how pieces and things are supposed to fall in place, and they're just doing an excellent job on coordinating all that work on, the walls going up when the electricity gets ran, the plumbing, and all of that. So they've got a pretty detailed schedule laid out. They've got some great subs, and it's all projects going smoothly so far. Fleet maintenance side of the things, if anybody knows where we're at, when I first started back in 1974, the city Public Works had just acquired the old Sarpy County garage down here on 200 North Adams, and they were all excited that they were moving into this new facility from a two little barn thing they had behind the fire hall back in '74. We basically have outgrown that. During summer, winter, all the seasons, now that we have our own fire department and we're maintaining the fire trucks, we have some units that won't even fit inside our present maintenance facility, and so they're performing work on those outside in the elements. This new facility, the bays are bigger, the roof's higher. We'll be able to get any piece of equipment that the city does own now and in the future into this facility to where it can be worked on and outside of the elements. And we've got room for growth. It's down there and that, so it may look massive compared to what we have, but it was designed to function for what this city is today and what it'll be in the next 20 to 50 years.
Last week, you heard from the business coach who conducts the Sarpy Chamber business education classes. This week, the Chamber's event coordinator explains why the class exists.
Last year we were kind of looking at areas that we could, improve upon or add things to. And education, especially for small business owners, was certainly one of them. And Karen and I kind of sat down, and we both come from a small business background. Our parents are small business owners. And we went to Jim Barger's luncheon, and he said something that really kind of resonated with us. You can go to college and you can get a degree for dentistry or be a chiropractor or to be, but you don't ever, there's nothing for business owners. It's not like you can go to college and get a degree on being a business owner. So how do you learn how to be a business owner? You might be the best dentist out there, but that certainly doesn't make you the best business owner out there. And how do you make sure that you're doing what you can to educate yourself in that area? And so we kind of felt like we had an opportunity with him to, kind of fill that void for the small business owners and to really provide kind of an intimate, class setting for them to, further their education in that area. This is actually our second class. We did one last year as kind of a test to see kind of what the response and would be from the membership. And we got, a pretty good response. Jim actually got 2 customers out of that class that stayed with him beyond that. And we felt like we certainly after that could bring it into next year. And so we've added them to the calendar year for this year. There will be 4 sessions. Each session will include 3 classes, and they'll kind of focus on different things. This first one's really geared towards small business owners. The rest of them won't necessarily be. We're going to do one that's more focused on sales, one that's more focused on time management and efficiency and that kind of thing. So kind of throughout the year we'll be offering these in 3-part series, so to speak. They're open to any member or non-member. The pricing is a little bit different for members and non-members, but they are open to everyone. We feel it's really important to kind of offer our, especially, when we're going back to those small businesses, you might not be able to, make the commitment for a membership right now, but we still want your business to succeed. And if we can get your business to the next level, you will be able then to afford and engage in the membership. And that's kind of our goal in helping them kind of reach those levels by providing these opportunities.
There are lots of ways to stay up to date with what's happening in Papillion. You can find us on Facebook, follow the City of Papillion on Twitter, or even watch our YouTube channel. And information about all of our departments and programs is available on our website. For more about Papillion, go to www.papillion.org or just call the Mayor's Hotline at 402-827-1111. Thanks for watching.